Hello, everybody. My name is Justin. I'm a high school art teacher.
And I'm Ryan, a retired teacher.
Nice.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to be kind of talking about some myths that people might have about money.
All right.
And, most of us have been told flat out there's something wrong, right? And so today we're just going to dig in a little bit. And I think the first one that I want to kind of hit on is one that people may have been told. All debt is bad debt.
All debt is bad debt.
Yeah. What do you think about when you hear all debt is bad debt?
Well, buying a home would be hard to do with cash.
True.
The average house around here is roughly 500, 600,000.
We live in Colorado. It's a little bit pricey.
It'd be tough to save that up.
Yeah.
I guess you could save it up and then buy a house when you're 50 if you're starting when you're 20, 25.
Right. But hopefully in that 30 years, that house doesn't keep going up and up and up.
Exactly. So that's the obvious one.
Yeah.
That's, in my opinion, good debt because you get something for it. And then if you stay there long enough, it's paid off and
right.
And you're good.
Yeah. And I'm right there with you. I think the consumer debt, where if you're putting on a credit card or you're spending outside of your normal, what you could actually afford,
right?
That's not good debt.
No. I've gone back and forth about getting a loan for a car, car loan. I used to be like, no, that's bad because you can just save up. But I don't think if you pay it off aggressively, like in a year or 2 or 3 years and get a good rate, I don't think that's going to kill somebody.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like not sure how I feel about that kind of debt.
Okay.
If you got a car loan, 2 to 3 years would be ideal. And then you're not paying as much interest rate or money on the interest. So
I can get behind that too. I think that's one of those things that we live in a world where cars, especially where we're at here, a little bit more of a necessity. We don't live in a tight community where we can just walk everywhere. And so, and I think if you make it a priority to pay it off quick, I think that's important part. Yeah. Myth number 2, your home is an investment. I look at it as that's a myth because I think that your investments give you money, and my home, I keep putting money into it. I had to just replace my kitchen faucet, and so it took money out of my pocket. So that's how I'm going to look at it.
Okay. I would say for some kids that when their parents die and leave them that asset, that's going to be a nice asset if someone leaves like a $500,000 home.
Sure.
And the kids inherit that money.
Okay.
So it might be a way to look at it like, you might not be able to spend it because you're living in it now, but it's a kind of a way to give to your kids maybe as an example in the future.
Okay.
And then once it's paid off, now you don't have that loan anymore. You don't have a mortgage. So then that frees that up. So that one, it can cost you a lot, but that one's a little tougher for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let us know down in the comments below. What do you think? Is a house an asset or is it part of that myth, right?
Right.
The next one, number 3, is retirement means you stop working. Now, I'm going to throw that over to you because you are Mr. Retirement over here. Have you quit working?
I basically haven't worked for almost 4 years.
Wow.
If I do work, I'll call it recreational working.
Okay.
Where I'm working because I would enjoy the challenge, find it meaningful, and not for the paycheck.
Okay.
So I have subbed like a handful of days, but that's because I wanted to be in the classroom. I wanted to be around students, help them out. And I didn't look at it like I needed to do it.
Okay.
So it's nice at work optional.
Nice.
Recreational work.
Yeah. But you're also not one of the types of people that just kind of stays home. You're not a homebody.
No.
You're busy.
Yeah, I'm staying busy. I'm doing a lot of outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Biking, hiking, a bit of traveling.
Yep.
So I think, but work can be fun. It can be part of your social life, which is one of the reasons work can be fun too. You enjoy working with others.
Sure.
But in retirement, it's optional.
I like that. It's optional in retirement. My brother just retired from the military, or He just retired from the military,
Yeah.
and he's getting another career. So he's got another job lined up, and he's only 40.
Yeah.
So he's got another 20, 25 years, he's thinking.
Does he have to do that?
Does he have to? No.
He just
Right?
wanted
He's got
a challenge? Or?
he's got 20 years in the military, so he's got a nice retirement from the military coming in.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, so let me just get a job. I don't have to hurt myself. I don't have to really, I think he even said, I don't really have to care about it, but
Right.
it's something that keeps him busy, keeps the money coming in. He can go on those trips. He's got four girls.
Oh, yeah.
And so girls, from what I understand, might be a little bit pricey.
I don't know.
Yeah, you've got boys.
Yeah, I got a couple boys.
So,
no,
but,
as long as it's optional, like the military is nice with that pension.
Yeah.
And if he wants to make more money for whatever reason, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Number four on the list here is you need $1 million to retire.
You need 2 million, Justin. Come on.
We're in Colorado.
Yeah, maybe 4 million. Let's go to 4. I'm not even gonna mess around.
4 is not
4
a good
million.
number. We need 5. 5's at least a full
5
hand.
sounds better. Let's stick with $1 million.
$1 million. So let me break this down. If we're living on the 4% rule, can you explain the 4% rule?
Well, it's a really safe withdrawal rate based on historical returns.
Okay.
Bill Bingham did a study called the Trinity Study
Mm-hmm.
to prove this, that it lasted 30 years, 97% of the time, 98% of the time. So it's a very safe withdrawal rule.
And your $1 million, you're not pulling from your $1 million. You're pulling basically the earned, the investment piece.
Well, you're good. Like if you did 4%, you're pulling out $40,000.
Yeah.
So, off on a tangent, 5 to 6%, if you're willing to be flexible with your withdrawals in good times and bad times, is more realistic, I believe, based on other studies.
Okay.
The guardrails approach is one study that's out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, 40,000 very safe.
Mm-hmm.
50 to 60,000 off $1 million is definitely doable if you look at the returns.
Yeah.
But to your point of it, is $1 million, do you need $1 million? Absolutely not. If you have a nice pension.
There you go.
Pension. Or you have other income coming through, like let's say some rental properties,
Mm-hmm.
if you're in the real estate.
Yep.
So that's passive income that might not require you to work much or at all if you kind of delegate that work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, $1 million, no, it doesn't matter. You got to look at your own situation.
Right. And I think that's the big one. Look at your own situation. Which path to retirement are you taking?
Exactly.
Is it the real estate? Is it a business? Is it pension? Right. How do all of these things play into the end goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it all on a paper.
Absolutely.
Because Social Security eventually will kick in too.
Yep.
If you're trying to retire early, yeah, you're not thinking about that in your 50s, but that will come maybe for your spouse, if not you, if you have a pension.
Yeah.
So you got to look at the long term, kind of what's going to happen too.
Yeah. Options. All right. Myth number 5. Budgeting alone will make you wealthy. This is one of those things that I think when I was making this list, I'm like, if I just pinch my pennies and I watch where every penny goes, right, then I'll be wealthy.
Right.
That was what was going through my mind.
Right.
What do you think?
I think it's simpler than that. Live below your means and invest some of that difference.
Perfect.
So if you want to invest 15%, then live off 85% of your paycheck.
Yep.
And then use a compound interest calculator, and you'll see where that money will eventually end up in the future.
Yeah.
So just live below your means and
Right.
invest the difference.
I think budgeting is a great place to start, right?
Yeah.
If I don't even know where my money's going,
True.
then I need to budget. And then once I have that understanding of, oh, wow, I do spend a lot of money going out to eat every month, then I can rein it in. I can get on that budget. I can live on that budget and get comfortable. And then from there, 100%, where it's like, all right, I can live below my means and I've got money going towards investments.
Yeah, I agree on that. Like being intentional with your spending, and by looking at your budget, you can say, well, this isn't bringing me enough value. I'm spending a lot of money on, let's say, eating out 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I could cut that back to once or twice and free up some money for other things, whether
Right.
that's for something something that's fun besides that, or more money into your investments.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm going to throw a couple of bonus ones
All
out
right,
here.
let's go. Bonus.
Right? We went through our top 5. Here's a couple of bonus ones. Playing it safe is actually safe. When I was thinking about this one, I'm like, we have plenty of investment vehicles.
Right.
And whatever vehicle you choose, know it, understand it. But then you have to follow it. Right? So if you're contributing the 15% that we were just talking about, do it. Play it safe, right? Live below your means and invest the difference there.
No, I like it. When you threw that out, I was thinking of something different though.
Oh.
Some people invest too safely and they're not too aggressive enough, especially in their early years.
Yeah, true.
You hear some people that are in their 20s and 30s and they're like, 50% of my money's in bonds, 50% of my money's in equities, like S&P 500 or something like that.
Right.
I'm like, you have 20, 30 years till retirement. Understand the stock market, how it works, the history of it. And that is probably way too conservative if you have 20 to 30 years to invest left.
Yeah.
That person might be kicking themselves later.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I like that. Thanks for throwing that in there.
When I thought of safe, or like not even investing, I'll just keep it in the bank.
That's where I was just going to go. If you're just putting it into a savings account, I know my savings account is like a 0.05%. Well, that's going to take a long time to get any sort of return.
Yeah, that ain't keeping up with inflation.
No.
You're falling behind.
So you need to have an investment. You need to have something other than just a savings account.
Yes.
Beautiful. One more. Investing is too risky.
100%. Why does anyone do it?
Absolutely. The stock market, I saw what happened several years ago.
Exactly. So no, that's a myth. If you know the history of the stock market.
Yeah.
You got to know the history, study it, learn about it.
Yeah.
Don't look at what happened last week or last month or even 1 year could be horrible.
Yeah.
If you look at a longer time period, then you know, historically speaking, that it's always gone up.
Yeah. And I think it might be even more risky to not do something.
Yeah. Pick your poison. Which one do you want?
There you go. Choose your heart. That's another way, right? Pick your poison. But
one's actually not poisonous if you're investing with it, based on the history.
Right.
Because you're going to be up, historically speaking.
There's a saying where when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When's the next best time to plant a tree? Today.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So you can have that extra time, that 20 years, right?
Exactly.
I hope some of these myths kind of resonate with you, hit home. If you have any other things, let us know in the comments below. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today, and we will catch you next time.
Cheers.
See ya.